let me show you how to use SUMIFS and SUMIF formulas.
What do we want to have in this table? We want to have all the college expenses for our students selected for each year split by different type of expense, such as tuition, fees, etc. So in cell C6, we want to pull tuition data for Michael his freshman year. So there are 3 different criteria tested for each total. We are going to use the SUMIFS formula. The SUMIF formula is for one variable, but you can use SUMIFS for many variables. I actually prefer using SUMIFS even when I have one variable, because in case I need to add another one, it is easy to modify. So let's start from scratch. I will remove all formulas and formatting to show you how this is done. I'm going to use the insert function option so that you see step by step how this function works. I know I will have 3 criteria, so I will add 3 ranges and 3 criteria for testing. The first part of the SUMIFS formula is asking what range you want to add for all your criteria. We want to add the total for the expenses which are in column J on the costs tab. I will also make it absolute value so the formula stays consistent when I copy it across. The first criteria I want to test is to make sure only Michael's expenses are included. So the first criteria range is column B on the costs tab. And the criteria tested is in cell C1 on the dashboard. I will make this absolute as well. The second criteria I need for cell C6 is Michael's freshman year expenses. So I will specify the criteria range to be column C for class, and the criteria will be linked to cell C5 to test where he is a freshman. Now I only need to make this absolute value on the row 5, but I need to keep the column relative as it will change once I copy the formula across. Instead of linking to that cell, I could type freshman in quotations, but I like to make this formula dynamic so it changes across when copied, so linking is more appropriate. The last criteria is to find tuition expenses in the column H for subcategories on the cost tab. And the criteria will be a link to cell B6. Here I will make the column absolute as it should stay the same, but the row should be relative as we go down. Now I will copy the formula across and down. Then I'm going to sum it for each college year at the bottom. Let me show you how the SUMIF single variable formula would work. Let me find the total expenses for Michael. The order of arguments differ between SUMIFS and SUMIF formulas. The sum range is first in SUMIFS, while it is last in SUMIF. I will first specify the range as column J. Then the criteria will be looking for Michael in column B on the cost tab. I can see that the total is exactly the sum of the split totals for each year. Thanks so much for watching.